Hey, do this next. Did I do something to you?
I'll be waiting for you to reach out.
Huh? Hey, do this next. Did I do something to you? No matter how far back I search my memory, I have no idea why things ended up like this. The person who coldly spat those words at me while I was updating the website was my 27-year-old senior, Yosuke Isozaki. This is Projection Room Atelier. It's one of the nationwide chains of mini-theaters. That movie you recommended, The Chief from Outer Space, was a huge hit. Well, considering the age group of our audience, I knew it would definitely resonate with them. It's a big help that I can entrust you with more tasks now. Keep up the good work. Yosuke was very friendly and got along well with all the staff, including me. We even went out drinking together after our shifts. He was serious about his work, and word had it that he was being considered for a transfer to headquarters because of his high passion for movies and projects. I was an engineering student, so writing reports was a nightmare. Had a part-time job on top of that, and I was completely swamped. In the midst of all that busyness, watching a movie once a week was my emotional support. And when I had some free time, my occasional luxury was watching quirky movies at mini-theaters. That's why I wanted to help people who were exhausted from school or work, just like I was, immerse themselves in another world. That's why I got a job at this company. I respected him for telling me that, but it seems something has changed. It's only been recently that he started dumping his work on me. I didn't want to just ignore this change. I'm sorry I didn't realize, but please tell me. If I did something to make you angry, I want to apologize. Huh. He was always so kind. He's not the type to treat someone coldly for no reason. But he just walked away in silence, leaving me with no answers. I'm Soma Kitase, spending my days carrying these frustrating feelings. I'm a 24-year-old full-time employee assigned to this mini-theater.
Hello, I'd like a ticket for Run Mob Character A, please.
Just a moment, please. You came again today, Honami. Thank you as always. A beautiful female customer with a dazzling, radiant smile. She's probably around my age. She seems to like indie movies and comes here about once a week.
I've been really looking forward to this movie, so I rushed to finish my work and came straight here.
She's become a regular, and now we're familiar enough to have a little chat every time I sell her a ticket. Since we both love movies, our conversations have been getting livelier over the past few months. Is that so? Everyone's reactions after watching it have been great, so I'm sure you'll enjoy it too.
Really? Please listen to my thoughts on it later.
After receiving her ticket, she headed towards the theater with a light step. About an hour later, the customers came out of the theater with satisfied expressions, having enjoyed even the blooper reel during the end credits.
Soma, it was so interesting. The punchline with the mob character was like, "Are you kidding me?" I'm so glad I came.
I'm glad to hear it. I'm sure the director would be thrilled to hear that too.
I'm already looking forward to their next work, and I definitely need to write a letter with my thoughts. And
After firing off her thoughts like a machine gun, her eyes suddenly started darting around. Is something wrong?
This is completely unrelated to the movie, but this is my contact information. I'll be waiting for you to reach out.
Huh? What she handed me was a small piece of memo paper with alphanumeric characters that looked like a messaging app ID. It wasn't until I saw the name written next to it that I finally learned her name was Honami Matsuzaka.
I just wanted to talk more about our thoughts on movies and stuff. See ya!
Wait. I barely managed to squeeze those words out, but she had already run off in a flash, her face as red as an apple. Giving me her contact info means she might actually be into me. Shock, confusion, doubt, and pure joy. It took me a little while to process the sudden rush of all these emotions. Well, despite being shaken by this completely unexpected event, I somehow managed to finish my shift for the day. Once I got home, I took a deep breath and took out the memo paper she had given me. It's really okay for me to message her, right? She did say I'll be waiting for you to reach out, I think. My brain isn't just conveniently altering my memories, is it? For the record, I'm the kind of guy who used to get over the moon just by exchanging messages with a girl I liked back in school. I have zero experience actually dating women. Back then, it was just unrequited love, and it ended without me ever being able to confess my feelings. Up until now, I only saw us as a staff member and a customer, keeping a clear line between us, but talking with her is really fun. If I could actually text her privately, it would be a dream come true. But what if I'm just getting ahead of myself? No, whatever happens, happens. After proofreading my message about 100 times, I took a leap of faith and hit send. Whew, I sent it, even if she's just playing with me. Wait, she already replied? That was fast.
Thanks for reaching out. I'm so happy. I really wanted to talk with you more, Soma.
Are replies supposed to be this fast? I have to reply quickly, but if I reply right away, she might think I'm too desperate and get creeped out. Maybe I should wait a bit. No, wait, she replied so fast. Wouldn't it be totally unmanly of me to leave her hanging? And so, simply because I was inexperienced in love, an awkward version of myself was born, trying to use romantic mind games. And then... to think I'd be overthinking the time between replies or a single letter and a text, going from totally ecstatic to worried sick. I could tell how happy she was from her messages, and every time I read them, I couldn't help but smile. On the other hand, if her reply was late, I'd get depressed, wondering if I said something weird. I feel like I'm back in my school days. From that day on, we continued texting each other with my heart pounding every time, and I found myself looking forward to her visits more and more each day. A week passed since we started texting. As evening approached, I was working while feeling a bit restless when...
Soma!
I had just finished cleaning the theater and was passing through the entrance when someone called out to me. Just that alone filled my heart with even more happiness than before. Honami! I heard you were coming today, so I've been looking forward to it. You're here to see Lethal Shopping District Death March, right?
Yes, since you recommended it to me.
I'm glad to hear that. I watched the whole thing too, and the shopkeeper's slapstick antics are just hilarious.
I've been so curious about what happens next since then. Oh, right, Soma. If you like, sometime soon. Excuse me.
I turned toward the customer's voice and realized that Yosuke, who was just at the reception desk, was gone. I have to go help them. Yes, be right there. I'm sorry. Let's talk more on messages.
I'm the one who should apologize for bothering you while you're working. See you.
I put the cleaning supplies out of the way and hurried to the reception desk so as not to keep the customer waiting. Hey, I'm leaving the summary of today's sales and attendance numbers to you. Understood. Late into the night, Yosuke dumped the closing duties on me again as I stayed behind for the late shift, and he went home. It's been about 2 months since his attitude changed, but Yosuke is still the same. Since then, I haven't given up and have asked him about it multiple times, but the reason for his sudden change remains a mystery. I definitely must have done something, but I can't think of anything. If I hurt him, I really want to apologize properly. I want to fix things, but considering he won't give me an answer, I feel hesitant to keep pestering him about it.
Soma, could you come here for a second?
As I was absent-mindedly inputting the sales figures, lost in a swamp of thoughts, the manager suddenly called out to me. Huh? Yes, understood. The sudden summons made me straighten my posture. I hurriedly saved my work and followed her to an empty theater. Hello, are you going to watch a movie now? Another week passed, and when I left the theater after my early shift, I bumped into Honami.
Yes! Soma, are you off work now? If so, would you like to watch a movie together?
Is that really okay? I'd love to. We were both movie lovers, but we had never actually watched one together. It's embarrassing to be seen by my coworkers, but beggars can't be choosers. The movie we chose was a B-tier film called Love, Romance Won't Begin. In the end, the heroine was just completely overpowered the whole time. To think the main character never even showed up once. We walked out of the theater, reflecting on the movie that was just full of plot holes.
You know, the best part about B-tier movies is basking in that weird aftertaste of, what did I just watch?
Exactly. That cheapness you just can't get from an A-list movie becomes kind of addictive. You really like indie movies, don't you, Honami? Making the most of the occasion, we went to a Western-style diner for dinner, doubling as a post-movie review session.
Yes! Even if their movies aren't shown on the big screen, I absolutely love the young creators who makes films with so much passion. But since a lot of them aren't very famous, it's hard to talk about them with my friends. You're really knowledgeable about young directors too, right, Soma? So I was just so happy to finally find someone I could talk to about it.
True, I feel like you broke into a huge smile when we talked about it before, so that was the reason.
I've been wanting to watch a movie with you for so long, Soma, and so... I was actually planning to ask if you'd like to go see one together sometime soon. But today, when I saw you getting off work, I thought, this is my chance. And I just called out to you without thinking. Was I bothering you?
She was planning to invite me to a movie soon. Does that mean what I think it means? My expectations began to swell once again. Not at all. If anything, thank you for tagging along to the movie I wanted to see.
No way. It was incredibly fun.
I really just love the strong quirks and cheapness of B-tier movies. Getting a full-time job at our place is really tough, but I wanted to work at a mini-theater so badly that I somehow sold myself to them.
That explains why you know so much about young directors. I'm just so happy to actually have someone to talk about this with.
Our movie talk was endless, but no matter how much fun we were having, time wasn't going to stop for us. Just as we left the diner, agreeing that staying out any longer would affect our work tomorrow, Honami started fidgeting.
Soma? If there's ever another chance, would it be okay if I invited you out again?
Of course, if you're okay with me. We aren't a couple yet. The affection I'm sensing from her could just be me being conceited. Even so, just for now, I wanted to bask in this happiness that filled my entire being. From then on, connected by our love for movies, our bond deepened day by day, adding color to my everyday life. I thought the distance between us would just naturally keep closing like this. Just when I was believing that without a shadow of a doubt, an incident suddenly occurred. Yosuke, I heard you're quitting. Why so suddenly? Hearing through the grapevine that he was resigning, I hurriedly burst into the office. You never mentioned a word about it. Could it be? Does it have something to do with me? Please, tell me. If I did something to upset you, if you're quitting because of me, I want to properly apologize. Oh, yeah, it's because of you. Are you satisfied now? I wasn't entirely unprepared for it, but hearing it straight to my face still made my body freeze up. You didn't even like her, so why is it you that she likes? Her? Do you mean... Don't play dumb. Honami, I'm in love with her. You have feelings for Honami too? My thoughts ground to a halt. This was the first I was hearing of it, and he had never shown any signs of it. That's right. It was so much fun talking about movies with her, and her dazzling smile, and before I knew it, I had fallen for her. But I never made a move. Because at the end of the day, we were just a staff member and a customer. But she actually liked you, and on top of that, you even got her contact info, and you guys look like you were having so much fun talking. Do you know how many times I thought you were just rubbing it in my face and she only ever saw me as just a staff member? And to top it all off, what was that the other day? Going off to watch a movie with her after work? I'm at my limit. There's no way I can keep working in a place like this anymore. In other words, the reason Yosuke had turned so cold was out of jealousy towards me for being liked by Honami. It meant he had been bitterly watching Honami and I grow closer all this time. I never wanted to hurt you, and to resign over this? You also have a strong passion for movies, which is why you fought through the tough competition to get a job at this theater. And now, there are even rumors about you being transferred to headquarters. You've got some nerve. If you're going to say all that, then you need to stay away from her first. Do that, and I'll call off my resignation. If Honami decides she'd actually prefer you, then I'll step away. Kuh, so you're just arrogant enough to think she'll pick you, huh? No, I understand how you feel. Painfully well. If things had been slightly different, I could have been in your shoes, burning with intense jealousy toward you. But the most important thing here is Honami's feelings. It's pointless for us to fight while ignoring that. If you truly love her, shouldn't you be wishing for her happiness above all else? Ugh, that's exactly why I'm calling your high and mighty attitude arrogant. It must be nice being the chosen one. Besides...
Yosuke, let go of him.
The moment he grabbed me by the collar, the manager walked in. It seems she heard us shouting.
I was keeping an eye on the situation, but I can't just stand by if you're going to raise your hands against him. Yosuke, quitting is your own personal decision. Using it as a shield to take advantage of Soma's good conscience is completely out of line.
Gah.
That's not all. I know about how you've been acting lately. I hear you've been dumping your work onto Soma.
Manager, about that.
You told me to keep quiet about it, but it's gotten to the point where I can't overlook it anymore. I'm going to say my piece. We've received complaints, and the facts have been verified. You can't talk your way out of this, Yosuke.
Yes, when the manager called me in before, I was being questioned to confirm the facts regarding this issue.
To think he would actually... Thank you for telling me. I'll make sure to discipline him properly.
No, I'm doing fine, so could you please just wait and see for a little longer?
Why? I've heard there are days you have to work overtime because of him.
You know as well as I do that he isn't the kind of person to push his work onto someone else without a reason. I don't think clamping down on him from above without knowing the reason will actually solve the root of the problem. Please, manager.
Understood. But I'll be keeping an eye on things too. If I feel I can't overlook it anymore, I will step in. Got it? I understand why you're doing this, but personal matters and work are two different things. That doesn't give you a free pass to dump your work on him, and lashing out at him violently is even more unacceptable. As the manager, I cannot overlook this. Apologize.
I could feel a sense of utter helplessness radiating from his trembling fists.
Yosuke, wait!
It's fine, manager. To think Yosuke would. No matter what we do, someone's going to get hurt, and there's no way around it. My heart sank heavily at the conflict that had been unfolding behind the scenes of my happy romance. Yosuke, what is it? A few days later, after finishing my early shift, I waited for Yosuke by the back entrance. I carried within my heart the answer I had reached after agonizing over everything. I thought about it, about what we should do. And I realized that what we really need right now is to have an honest, heart-to-heart talk. I always thought it was a world that had nothing to do with me, but love triangles really can form just like that, huh? I even thought it might be best to just not bring it up until you quit. But if we parted ways with our relationship left in ruins like this, I know I'd absolutely regret it. Of course, if you hate the idea, I'll back off. But won't you just talk with me completely honestly? Just this once? Yosuke just stared at me in silence, thinking he was trying to figure out my angle. I decided to lay out my own thoughts first. It's true that at first, I didn't see Honami in a romantic light, because we were strictly a staff member and a customer. But right now, I genuinely love her. I could tell Yosuke was gritting his teeth, but I knew I couldn't back down, so I kept speaking. I trust you, and if it's possible, I want us to get along well again. I want to go drinking with you again, but if that's impossible, I'm prepared for you to cut ties with me. I believe that fighting over one woman means exactly that. Yosuke kept his head down in silence for a while. Still, I waited, and eventually he looked up at the night sky and spoke. The day after that fight, I confessed to Honami. Honami had never once mentioned anything like that to me. A bitter emotion swirled within me. Revealing your innermost thoughts to each other is easy to say, but it's accompanied by real pain. I figured since I was quitting anyway, I might as well tell her how I felt. And then, just as I expected, she turned me down.
I'm sorry. There's someone I like.
Is it who I think it is?
Yes, it's Soma.
Then I don't mind just being a fling. You're not dating Soma yet, right? Giving both of us a try wouldn't be so bad, would it? There are things you can't understand until you date someone.
No, please don't say things like you're okay with just being a fling. You need to value yourself more than that, Yosuke. It might be irresponsible for me to say this, but your feelings definitely reached me. That's why I believe that someone as sincere as you will definitely have a wonderful encounter with a woman who will love you seriously in the future. Please, don't say things that demean yourself for someone like me, who can't even return your feelings.
I thought she might be disgusted by it, but I never imagined she'd actually be worried about me. Yosuke, who had been tense this whole time, suddenly relaxed, as if a thread had snapped, and continued speaking. But getting properly rejected like that finally made me realize, I just have to give up now, and I was able to move on. Even I knew that taking it out on you was messed up. I loved her so much that I got jealous of you and treated you coldly. I didn't want to see the two of you, and I hated myself for not being able to genuinely celebrate your happiness, so I chose to quit. It's an obvious cause for celebration, and yet, just looking at you two felt like my chest was being torn to shreds. I was so confident that I could make her happier than you ever could, so I couldn't understand why I wasn't the one standing next to her. And on top of that, the one she chose wasn't me, the guy who had always loved her, but you, who didn't even have feelings for her. Yosuke. But I guess we really did need to talk about this stuff. While I was listening, I was pissed off, thinking, there really is no room for me here, is there? But even so, I feel like a weight has been lifted off my chest. I'm sorry for treating you so coldly, even though you were trying to hear me out this whole time. Yosuke slowly and deeply bowed his head. When she showed me kindness, your words crossed my mind. If you truly love her, shouldn't you be wishing for her happiness above all else? The best choice I can make right now is probably to wish for her happiness from the bottom of my heart. Honami is a truly wonderful person. Since you were the one chosen, you better make her absolutely happy. Yes, I'll do absolutely everything in my power. It was painful, but there are some relationships that can only deepen after a clash like that. Above us, sharing relieved smiles as if the ice had finally melted, stretched a clear, starry sky. After that, having an honest heart-to-heart talk seemed to help Yosuke calm his feelings a bit.
I see you were able to properly talk things out with Soma. Your expression is completely different now.
I'm sorry for all the trouble I caused. I hope to continue working well with you.
As long as you apologized to him, it's fine. More importantly, having you here is incredibly reassuring. Besides, Soma even bowed his head to me for you, so I'll let you off the hook for grabbing him by the collar.
The resignation letter was withdrawn with mutual agreement between the manager and him, and he continued to work there. By throwing himself into his work even more, Yosuke eventually got the offer to transfer to headquarters. He's already transferred, and rumor has it that he's fully utilizing his skills after finishing his training. So, you were the one in charge of arranging that movie, Yosuke. It was a huge success. Haha, it really does make me happy knowing someone is enjoying a movie I picked out. I just hope I'm managing to help out some busy people out there. The headquarters isn't too far away, and we even go drinking just the two of us now. And as for Honami and me, I'm in love with you. Will you go out with me? Having sworn to make her happy, I knew I couldn't afford to hesitate, so I took the plunge and confessed. As soon as I did, Honami's cheeks flushed with joy, blooming like a flower.
Yes, I absolutely love talking about movies with you, Soma. I'd love to.
Love triangles are things that can easily shatter previously good relationships. Even so, if you pour your feelings out, you might just find a small way out from beyond that tangled mess. I swear, I will absolutely make you happy.
I'm already incredibly happy right now, though.
We both sought the same single person, getting hurt and suffering in the process. But because we didn't fear the pain and faced each other head on, our relationship was able to continue, and we are where we are today.
This was a heartwarming story. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. See you in the next video.